Welcome everyone. My name is Danika, and I'm here to guide you through a 60-minute Hatha Yoga class. We'll be beginning with the warm-ups and gently easing our way into the standing asanas, and then moving back down to some floor postures before final relaxation. I've intended this class to be for all levels. However, if you are working with any injuries or have any health conditions, and I lead you into a posture that feels uncomfortable for your body, please back out immediately. It is more important that you honor your body than force yourself into any pose. Also, if you're working with high or low blood pressure, we will be doing some forward bends, and you will have your head below the heart, so just be careful not to become lightheaded. Now make your way into a comfortable seated position. Shift your weight side to side, perhaps forward and back. Then come to rest in a place where you feel absolutely still. Rest your palms down just above your knees, face down to signify grounding. Press your shoulders away from your ears. Press your sit bones down into your mat and lengthen the spine up to the crown of your head. Gently tuck your chin in towards your chest, just creating more length along the back of the neck. Drop your gaze to a spot on the floor in front of you, or if it is comfortable for you, close your eyes to focus inward. Begin to notice your breath. Simply watching the natural rise and fall. See if you can connect your thoughts to your breath, giving the mind a point of focus. Grow your breath deep into your abdomen, feeling the belly expand. And softly exhale through your nose, long and smooth, as you watch the belly button move back in towards the spine. Breathe long and deep, smoothing out in-breaths and out-breaths so they flow evenly one into the next. As you slow your breathing, see if you can slow your thoughts, helping to bring a little bit more quiet into the moment. Find your heart center and keep your focus here. I would like to share with you an ancient Hawaiian poem on reconciliation and forgiveness called the Ho'oponopono poem. As you inhale, say to yourself, I'm sorry. Exhale, please forgive me. Inhale, thank you. Exhale, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You can direct these words towards your own heart, healing yourself or direct these words outwards to people or situations that need to be aligned with love. So healing. It is recommended to repeat the phrase 7 times each day for maximum benefit. Inhale, I'm sorry. Exhale, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Release these words out into the universe. And bring your focus back to your natural breathing. Reserving a few moments for reflection, connection to your center, and to simply be. Notice any sounds in the room as you allow your awareness to begin to surface. Gently flap your eyelids opening, awakening yourself to the room. Inhale and roll your shoulders forward. Exhale, drop them down your back. Rock a little bit side to side, bringing gentle movement into the body. Then place your hands behind you and extend your legs out in front of you, pressing your heels away. First, flex your feet and then point your toes. Flex and point. Then circle out the ankles in one direction and the other, warming up your feet and ankles. Take an inhalation to sit up nice and tall. Exhale, bend your knees out to the side and place the soles of your feet together as you slide your heels in toward your perineum. Keep your hands pressing into the floor behind you to lift up out of your waist. Press the outsides of your knees down towards the mat so that you're stretching your inner thighs from groin to knee. It's almost as if your knees are reaching for each side wall. Coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Remember to breathe in the posture. Perhaps close your eyes to feel this full expression of the shape. Another option is to take your hands out in front of you. Interlace your fingers around your toes. Press your elbows into your calves. Anteriorly tilt the pelvis forward as you reach out to the crown of your head to just fold over your legs, only as far as is comfortable for your body. Remembering to be easy and gentle as your muscles are still warming up. Then release the hold of your feet. Place your hands out behind you. Press your heels away and open your legs wide, moving into Upavista Konasana, wide angle seated pose. Once again, place your hands down behind you. Flex your heels away and press the backs of your knees into the mat. Roll your pelvis forward so that you can keep a natural curve in your spine. Press the sitting bones into the mat so you can sit up nice and tall. Strong core. And breathe. Feeling the energy flow in your inner thighs and pelvic region. Becoming aware of your thoughts here, letting go of any to-do list, worries about the future, or ruminations about the past. So you can give yourself the gift of simply being in this moment, just as it is. If you would like to take the stretch a little bit deeper, reach out to grab your toes. If you can't quite reach your feet, it's okay to just rest your hands on your shins and then lean forward. Well, it's easy to lengthen the back of this torso in this position. The challenge comes in lengthening the front. So draw the belly button in towards the spine, press out through the top of your head, and fold forward from your hips. Breathe into where you're feeling sensation most. And if you want to take this posture to become even more passive, reach your hands forward and drop your forehead down to the floor. Extending out through the fingertips, full body stretch. Now inhale and walk the heels of your hands in towards your torso as you lift yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Slide your legs in towards each other, bend the knees, placing your feet off to the side, and make your way into a tabletop position. If you have wrist sensitivities, coming onto stacked fists or your forearms is always an option. Otherwise, spread your fingers wide, middle finger pointing forward, wrists right beneath your shoulders. Then check to make sure that your knees are beneath your hip bones and the tops of your feet are pressed into the mat. Move the wing points of your shoulder blades together and lengthen from tailbone to the crown of your head. This is table pose. As you inhale, lift the tailbone up, relax the belly, and lift the crown of the head towards the ceiling, coming into a gentle dog tilt. Exhale, curl the tailbone under, press the mid-back up, and tuck the chin in towards your chest so that you gaze between your legs. Cat stretch. Inhale, scoop the nose forward, relaxing the belly towards the floor and lifting the tailbone. Exhale, curl your chin in towards your chest, round the mid-back and upper back as you tuck the tailbone under. Cat stretch. Flow smoothly, coordinating breath and movement. Watching the movement ripple down your spine. Warming up the spinal column so that you can safely practice the postures to come. Notice where the stretch feels good in your body. And also notice if you want to hang out in one pose a little longer than the other. Be particularly mindful to these signals. And then on and on. Come back to a flat tabletop. Step your hands one hand length further forward. Press down into the index finger and thumb, spinning the creases of the elbows slightly in towards each other and opening the shoulders down the back. Curl your toes under so that the weight is pressing into your hands and the balls of your feet. Inhale, keep a deep bend to the knees and lift both knees off of your mat. Press your hands into the floor and away so that your weight shifts back over the heels. Exhale, pressing the right heel down towards the floor, keeping the left knee bent. And then inhale, lift the right heel and press the left heel down to the floor. Raise one heel and then the next, allowing the hips to swivel from side to side. Easing your way into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose. While in the posture, your gaze can be focused on your navel so that your spine remains long. To come into the full expression of downward dog, take a soft bend to your knees, flip the tailbone up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, press your heels down towards the earth. Breathe long and deep. Inhale, raise both heels, coming high up onto your tippy toes, and walk your feet up towards your hands. Coming into a passive forward bend. Knees bent, just to protect the legs. Slide your hands onto your upper thighs. And then inhale, pressing into your hands to slowly lift yourself up to standing. Okay, come to stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. By placing your feet hip distance apart. One way to check hip distance is to find your hip bones and then just point your fingers downward. So hip distance is not the outside of your hips, but where your hip points are. Lift your toes, spread them wide, and then press them into your mat so that you press all four corners of your feet into the earth, engaging the legs. Pull up on your kneecaps, activate the upper thighs, and open the space in between your legs. Gently tilt your tailbone down towards the floor. Just a slight tailbone tuck so that you keep the natural curve in your spine. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Imagine the bottoms of your ribs are moving in towards each other as you lift up through your collarbones. Reach through the top of your head and slightly move your chin in towards your throat. Release your shoulders down your side. Relax your hands so the palms face in. And close your eyes, connecting to your breath, connecting to your heart center. Feeling your whole body active and engaged as you stand straight and tall in Tadasana. But see if you can relax into the posture. Even though all your muscles are active, your muscles are soft and relaxed. Bring your hands onto your hips. Press your fingertips into your navel to remind you to contract your core. Inhale, pressing your feet into the earth and reaching up through the top of your head. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward with a flat back. Bring your torso parallel to the floor, and then pause for a breath. Inhaling, imagining that you're creating more space between the bones of your spine. And exhale, fold over your legs, releasing your hands down to the floor. You can keep your knees bent to protect the backs of your hamstrings or just to avoid any strain. Or if you have the flexibility, take your two peace fingers, wrap them around your toes, and pull your forehead gently in towards your shins. Pada Hastasana, hand to feet pose. Wherever your body is in this posture, don't judge it. As long as you're getting a gentle stretch to the back of the knees, you are doing what is right for you. Release the head down towards the floor, letting gravity lengthen the neck. And gently fold a little bit more deeply with each exhalation. In your own time, release the hold on your feet or resting your hands on your shins. Bring your hands back to your hips. Soft bend to the knees and inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, release your arms. If you have any blocks, now would be a good time to just place them at the front of your mat. But if not, I will show you how to do the posture without the use of props. So step your feet about 3.5 feet apart, or about 1 meter. Turn your right toes a full turn out of 90 degrees and your left toes in a 1/4 turn. Keep your hip bones and shoulder bones facing the long edge side of your mat. Also have one of your blocks just placed on the outside edge of your right pinky toe to the front foot. And make sure that your knees are not locked and they're in line with your first 2 big toes. Inhale your arms up to T position. Turn to look over your front hand. And then exhale, slide your rib cage forward as you reach forward. Keep reaching until you can no longer stretch any further forward. Then bump the left hip bone back, creating the 3rd side of the triangle. Continue to exhale, lowering the right hand down and the left arm up. Gaze down towards your bottom hand, the front of the room, or turn to look up towards your lifted arm. Keep both palms facing forward, opening your body up like a star. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Remember to keep your abdominal muscles engaged and active. Press into your front foot, which sends your back hip away. And imagine that you're doing the posture up against the wall, so that you're all in one straight vertical line. Now inhale, reach up with the left arm, lifting yourself up to standing. Exhale, lower your arms. Turn your left toes in a little bit further and widen your stance so that both your legs are aligned with the respective hip sockets. Left foot is about turned 75 degrees inward so that your left hip bone moves forward and your right hip bone moves back. Suck the front thigh bone into your right hip socket. Engage the abdominal muscles. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, raise the arms out to the side. And as you exhale, hinging at the hips, fold forward with a flat back, revolving your abdominal in towards your right leg so that your left wrist crosses your right ankle and you can place the left palm down on your block. And then turn to lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Coming into Parivrita, Trikonasana, revolved triangle pose. If you do not have a block and it's comfortable for you, reach your hand down to the floor. Otherwise, take a soft bend to the knee and just twist.
If you don't have any neck sensitivities, turn to look up towards the ceiling. Exhale to release any tension and connect your mind to your breath. Exhale, lower the right arm down to meet the left. Bend the front knee and inhale, lift up.
Widen your stance about a foot so that you're wiggling your left foot back. Turn to face the long edge side of your mat. So the back toes are only slightly turned in, but you keep your right foot locked in place. Exhale, bend your right knee so the back of the knee comes right above the ankle. You just don't want the knee to extend past the ankle to protect the knee joint. Keep your hips, abdominal muscles in front of your torso facing the side of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up to the side. Turn to look over your front hand. And exhale, slide the rib cage forward. Continue to exhale. One option is to bend the right arm, placing the forearm on your upper leg. And bring the left arm straight up. Or, if you would like to experiment with blocks, bring your hand down onto the block. And then reach your left arm up and over, softening the elbow, extending through to the fingertips. Turn to look up towards the sky. Press the outside edge of your left foot into the mat and feel energy coming up through your leg and out of your lifted arm. Utthita Parsva Konasana. Intense side angle stretch pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower your hands to your hips. And then come to stand back in Tadasana. Before moving on to the other side. If you would like to practice with blocks, bring this block over to the other end of your mat. Take a deep breath in to recalibrate the body. Exhale, let it go. Step your feet about 3.5 feet apart. Turn your right toes in a quarter turn and your left toes at a full turn of 90 degrees so that your left heel is opposite your right arch. You're going to keep both legs straight but knees not locked in the posture. Keep your hip bones, waist, and shoulder bones facing the long edge side of your mat. Inhale to raise your arms up into T position. Reach out from fingertip to fingertip, almost as if your arms were engaged in a tug of war. Turn to look over your front hand. Exhale, reach forward, sliding the rib cage forward. And then continue to exhale, windmilling the left arm down and the right arm up. Palms facing forward. Gaze down towards your bottom hand, straight ahead. Or if it's comfortable for your neck, look up towards the ceiling. Keep opening your body up into the shape of a star. And imagine that you're in between two panes of glass, so that your right arm is stacked right above your left. Continue to breathe. And if you notice your mind wandering, gently bring it back to your breath. Yoga is a practice of being present. Inhale, reach up through your lifted arm. Exhale, lower your hands to your hips. Turn your left toes in further so you can pull the left hip bone forward, the right hip bone back. So now your hips and torso are in line with the back edge of your mat.
And check to make sure that your legs are aligned with the respective hip sockets. So you just may need to widen the stance a little. Place your block at whatever height you need on the outside edge of your pinky tip. Higher if you are a little stiffer, lower is a little bit more challenging. And if you don't have a block, don't worry, just do what you can. Inhale, raise your arms out to T position. Exhale, hinge at the hips and revolve your abdominal muscles in towards your extended leg. Crossing the wrist of your right hand over your left ankle, spiraling your torso in towards your leg and turn to look up. Reach up. As you hold the posture, press into your front foot, which presses your hip away so that you have an even distribution of weight between both of your feet. Remember to breathe evenly here. Remember to listen to the signals that your body's sending you so that you're only pushing it to its healthy limit. Exhale, lower the raised arm down towards your foot. Soft bend to the knee. Inhale, stand up. Bring hands back onto hips. Widen your stance a little by wiggling the back foot further back. Keep your toes only slightly turned in so that your hips and torso are facing the long edge side of your mat now. Exhale, bend the left knee so it stacks right above the ankle. Engage the legs by adducting the thigh muscles together, so it's almost like you're squeezing a beach ball in between your legs. Inhale, raise the arms out to the side. Turn to look over your front hand. And reach as far forward as you can, sliding the rib cage forward. Continue to exhale, bending the left elbow, placing the forearm right above the quadricep. And inhale, reach the right arm up, pointing the palm forward so that the arm rotates in the shoulder socket. And then reach the arm up overhead. So this is one version of Utthita Parsvakonasana. If you'd like to include the block, you can reach your left arm down to the block, pressing the palm into the block, and then reaching out through your raised hand. Press the outside edge of your left foot into the floor. Feel the expansion along the side of your rib cage. And remember to breathe in the posture. If you have the flexibility, you can bring your hand down onto the floor. Wherever you are, respect where your body feels the stretch most. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower your hands to your hips. Turn your feet forward and walk your feet back into Tadasana. Place your hands on your heart. Close your eyes and notice your breathing. Now just take your blocks off to the side. So this posture, to include a shoulder stretch, a strap can be helpful. With the strap, what you want to do is have your hands about shoulder distance apart. If you have the flexibility, wrap the strap around your hands, moving your hands in towards each other. If you don't have a strap and your shoulders are open, the other option is to interlace your fingers behind your back, pressing the knuckles down towards the floor and squeezing the palms together as you roll the shoulders open. Decide the intensity that is right for you. Step your feet about 3.5 feet apart. Grab your strap, wrapping it around your hands, or interlace your fingers and press the knuckles down towards the floor. Roll the shoulders away from the ears and press into the outside edges of your feet. Inhale, lift out of your waist, and as you exhale, fold forward, pressing into the pinky finger side of your hands as you lift your arms off your back, lowering your forehead down towards the floor. Keep pressing your arms overhead as far as you can until you feel a shoulder stretch. Coming into Prasarita Padottanasana, wide angle, bending forward, fold. Shift your hips forward so that the backs of your heels, the backs of your knees, and your hip bones are all in one even line. What can you soften and relax as you breathe into this shape? Be mindful that your head is below your heart here, so more blood will be coming in to the head. Exhale, lower your arms down to your lower back. Bend your knees and inhale to rise up to standing. Take your strap off to the side. Step your feet together, returning to Tadasana. So keep your feet hip distance apart. Find a stable point to focus on to help with balance. Shift your weight over into your left leg and imagine that there's roots extending down to the bottom of your foot. Bend the right knee, lifting the heel, and open the right knee wide out to the side, placing the bottom of the foot just above the ankle. Now before coming into Vrikshasana tree pose, check to make sure that your hips are facing forward, your abdominal muscles are engaged, the bottoms of your ribs are knitted in towards each other, and you're pressing up through the sternum. Long spine. Check in with your balance, and if you feel comfortable here, as you inhale, raise the right foot off of the floor, either pressing it into your inner calf or upper thigh. As you hold the posture, press the lifted foot into your standing leg, the standing leg back into your foot, and then press the outside of the knee towards the back wall while keeping your hip bones in the same place. Inhale and grow your branches, reaching your arms up into a wide V. But being careful to keep the bottoms of your ribs together. Tree pose. Great for developing poise, grace, balance, and concentration. If you have a few wobbles, that's okay. Just allow them to be and be gentle with yourself. Exhale, lower your arms down to your hips. Inhale, and exhale, release your lifted leg back towards the mat with control. Now shift your weight over into your right leg, feeling a strong connection with the earth. Raise the left heel and open the knee to the side, sliding the bottom of the foot to the right ankle. Adjust your standing posture, checking that both your hips are facing forward, drawing the navel in towards the spine, reaching up through the crown of your head. Notice your balance. Find a stable point to focus on. And then as you inhale, invite the left leg to lift, placing the foot on the inner calf or upper thigh. Contract the core. Press your standing leg into your lifted foot and lifted foot into the standing leg, helping to open the knee back. Inhale and raise your arms up into a wide V. Vrikshasana tree posture. Just breathe. And while balancing in a standing posture, it is easy to tell when the mind wanders, as often
when the mind wanders, you will tend to wobble and can easily fall out. So balancing postures really help to develop concentration and mindfulness. Exhale to lower your hands to your hips. Inhale, and exhale, release your right leg down towards the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up, palms together, look up. Exhale, soft bend to your knees and fold over your legs, making your way onto the floor. Fingertips touch down, bend your knees, and then sit back onto your buttocks. So come to sit in Dandasana, staff posture, with your legs long. Sides of your big toes touching, ankles touching. Press your heels away so that your feet are flexed. Now, a strap can be handy if you have tight hamstrings. I'll demo the posture with the use of a strap and without. Remove the flesh out from underneath your buttocks, and then press your sitting bones into the mat to sit up nice and tall. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. If you have a strap available, loop the strap around the balls of your feet and then slide your hands along the strap to sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reaching out through the crown of your head. Exhale, begin to hinge at the hips, grabbing the strap in one hand, and begin to walk your hands down the strap towards your toes, using the tension in the strap to keep your chest open, your sternum pressing forward to free up the breathing. Long spine as you fold over your legs. If you have the flexibility, reach down to touch your toes. If not, and you don't have a strap, another option for this forward bend is just to keep your hands down on your shins, lifting out of your waist, reaching through your sternum, so that you can breathe openness into towards your chest. And then once you've lengthened the spine, exhale, rounding your forehead down, releasing the back, coming into a passive forward fold. Whatever the variation, if you have a strap, just keep pulling on the strap as you gently pull forward, noticing a stretch to the back of your knees. Paschimottanasana. Seated forward fold. Release any tension built up in the shoulders. Relax the jaw, not forcing anything. Gently easing your way into the posture with each breath. Exhale, release the hold of your strap or feet, and inhale to sit up nice and tall. Now move the strap off to the side, bend your knees, and keep your feet hip distance apart. Perhaps move your buttocks a little closer to your heels, but you do want a few feet between your heels and tailbone. Place your hands behind your back, shoulder distance apart. Fingers pointing away or towards your heels. This will depend on your resist sensitivity and what feels good in your body. So you create a strong base or connection with the earth between the bottoms of your feet and the palms of your hands. And then as you inhale, press into your hands and feet to lift your hip bones up, raising your torso so it becomes parallel to the floor. Straighten your arms and gaze down towards your knees, coming into a modified version of Purvottanasana. Keep reaching out to the top of your head so that your neck is long. Engage your core. Squeeze your thigh muscles together, firing up the legs. And then exhale, lower your tailbone back down towards the mat.
Extend your legs long and release the wrists. So one option is to do that posture again, or if you want to take it a little bit deeper, slide your hands behind your back, fingertips pointing towards your heels. Press your heels away. Inhale, pressing into your hands. Lift your hips off the mat. Keep lifting up so your body's in one vertical line. Exhale, point your toes down, pressing your toes down towards your mat. Keep pressing into your hands, which straightens the arms. Open the shoulders. Reach out through the back of your neck and gaze down towards your toes. As you hold the posture, inhale to lift your hip bones as high as you can so that you can no longer see your feet. And then inhale, lift your sternum so you can't see your hips. Gentle chin tuck to protect the neck. Purvottanasana. This posture can be challenging if you have wrist sensitivities, so just be mindful of how it feels in your wrists. Exhale, bend the elbows, lowering yourself back down to the mat with control. Bend slightly forward, circle out the wrists, one direction and then the other, releasing any sensation, perhaps shaking out the hands. Now keep your left leg outstretched and active, flexed foot. Bend the right knee, moving the heel in towards the perineum or pubic bone. Foot is a few inches away from the inner left thigh. So wrap the left arm around your bent knee, turning your torso in towards your right leg. Use the arm hold to sit up nice and tall, pulling your chest in towards your thigh. Turn towards your bent leg and place your right hand down behind you, a few inches behind your sitting bones. Inhale, activate the left leg, sit up nice and tall, and exhale, turn to look behind you, over your back shoulder. Moving into Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist. As you inhale, you want to think about creating length, and as you exhale, twisting deeper into the posture. This is variation 1. To move into variation 2, and get a bit deeper stretch along the spine, inhale your left arm up, exhale, bending at the elbow, bringing the elbow to the outside of your right knee. Press your left tricep into the outside of your knee and turn to look further over your back shoulder. Just hold for a couple breaths. Feeling the compression in your abdominal organs and the twist along your spinal column. Then exhale, gently unwind, coming back to face forward. Extend your right leg out, pressing the heel away. Bend your left knee, moving the foot in towards your perineum. Keep your toes facing forward and have the left foot just a few inches away from your inner right thigh. Turn your lower abdomen in towards your bent leg. Hook your right arm around your left knee and use the arm hook to pull your chest in towards your thighs so you can sit up nice and tall. Turn to look behind you, placing your left hand down behind your left sitting bone. Inhale, reach up through the top of your head, reach out through the bottom of your right foot, and turn to look behind you as you exhale, twisting in towards your bent knee. Variation 1. If you feel enough of a stretch here, just stay and breathe into the spinal twist. To come into variation 2, inhale your right arm up, exhale bending it at the elbow, Hook the outside of your elbow to the outside of your left leg, and then twist a bit deeper. Check to make sure that your right toes are pointing directly up towards the ceiling and that you're lifting out of your waist. Any posture that puts gentle compression on the abdominal organs is said to help with digestion. So Matsyendrasana is known to help with the digestive process. Exhale, unwind. Coming back to center. Press your left heel away. Perhaps shake out your knees. Slide your hands behind you. Now bend your knees, moving your tailbone closer to your heels. Bring your heels a little bit in and place the bottoms of your feet on the mat, hip distance apart. Engage your abdominal muscles and just roll down onto your back. Keep your arms down by your side, palms pressing into the mat. Check to maybe make sure you can lightly scrape the back of your heels. That's just about the distance you want between your buttocks and heels, but the distance will vary from body to body. Open your shoulders, pressing the backs of your shoulder blades into the mat. Rock your head a little from side to side, releasing the neck. Bring your neck back to center. Stand up to the crown of your head. Press your feet, hands, and forearms into the mat. And as you inhale, lift your tailbone and sacrum off of the floor, raising them up towards the ceiling. Slowly moving into Setu Bandhasana, or bridge posture. As your hip bones lift, keep pressing into your feet to lift your hips higher, rolling your weight onto the tops of your shoulders, or like the top of your shoulder blades. Look down your sternum so you can watch your belly balloon in and out in bridge posture. If you have the space, keep enticing the feet to lift up as high as you can, keeping the glutes engaged, moving the sternum in towards your chin. And then walk your hands underneath your shoulders, interlacing the fingers and pressing your knuckles towards your heels. Breathe into the supported back bend. Being mindful of the flow of air in and out of your chest. Keep your leg muscles engaged by gently moving your thighs in towards each other. Keep pressing your forearms into the mat so that you're lifting up nice and high. Bridge is a great posture for prolonged holding. But don't worry, you won't be here too long today. So exhale, release the interlace of your fingers, placing your arms by your side, and then gently lower yourself back down towards the mat. So keep your arms in close to your body, palms facing down, knees bent. Really press your hands and forearms into the mat, engage your abdominal muscles, and as you inhale, roll up on your back to lift your pelvis up so your knees come in towards your chest. Bend at the elbows and place the bottoms of your hands on your back. Preparing to come into half shoulder stand. So here, keep your legs bent, the weight of your bodies resting into the palms of your hands and your forearms. You do not want to have the weight on the back of your neck. If there's an uncomfortable amount of weight on your neck and it's hurting your neck, roll out of the posture and come back into it only if you can support yourself with the weight shifted back onto your hands. And then inhale, begin to straighten your legs overhead. Coming into Salamba Sarvangasana, half shoulder stand.
So the angle between the legs and torso will vary from person to person. For some people, a balanced version of this posture will be having the toes right above the eyes and having a deep bend in the body. For others, bring the toes straight up overhead, coming up nice and tall, coming into the full version of Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. Close your eyes and enjoy the reversal of blood flow in the body. Half shoulder stand is an inversion as it brings the feet above the heart and forces the body to adjust to a different flow with gravity. Typically, inversions are held longer than a lot of the other postures, but for today, we'll just be here one more breath. To release, shift your weight back into the palms of your hands, lowering your feet down, and gently lower your back down onto the mat. Engage your core and lower your feet down towards the earth with control. Take a breath here. Perhaps rock your neck from side to side. Then bring your head back to center. Move the elbows of your arms close into your side body. Lift your hips just a little bit so that you can reach your arms underneath so that your palms are face down, the sides of your palms are touching, and they're beneath, your arms are beneath your sacrum. Flex your feet, pressing both heels away. Just adjust to this posture. Feel the connection of your palms of your hands and your forearms with the mat. As you inhale, press into your hands and forearms and lift up through your sternum to just come onto the crown of your head. Now the weight of your body is mainly going to be in your arms so that there's not a lot of weight pressed onto the crown of your head. Keep lifting up through your sternum to come into Matsayasana, fish posture. Feel the front of your throat lengthen. Breathe into the front of your throat and the openness into your heart. Keep your legs active by pressing the heels away. This is fish posture. Focus towards your nose tip or close your eyes and focus at your third eye center. To release, inhale, lift up as high as you can, and then exhale, lower yourself back down towards the mat. Slide your arms out from underneath you. Bend your knees, drawing your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your legs, cupping opposite elbows with your hands. Curl your chin in and just give your body a whole big squeeze. Release your head back down towards the mat. Place your hands on your knees and just gently circle out your knees, giving your lower back a massage in one direction and then the other. Just exhale, let everything go. Keep your knees bent, opening your legs a little out to the side, raising your heels up towards the ceiling, and then just reach up with your peace fingers to grab hold of your big toes. Exhale, bend your knees, pulling them into the outsides of your chest, moving into happy baby. Keep the neck long and the sacrum pressed into the earth. Just gently rock from side to side. Send your body love and gratitude here. Exhale, release the hold of your feet and extend your legs out long. making your way into Shavasana, or final relaxation, corpse pose. Press the heels away, allow the toes to just fall loosely out to the side. Release your arms down by your side. Take a deep breath in, relaxing your full body from toe tip to the crown of your head. Just feel your feet relax, the backs of your calves and thighs let go. Release your abdominal muscles, your lower back and upper back into the floor. Feel your shoulders melt away from your ears, your arms heavy, perhaps curling the fingers just in towards the palm of your hands. Release the back of your neck, your head, and relax the space in between your eyes and your jaw. Bring your focus onto your breath. Lengthening in breaths and out breaths. And gradually making the exhalation twice as long as the inhalation, which is known as relaxation breath, which stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system involved in rest and digest. Release your whole body into the weight of the floor beneath you. Feel yourself fully supported. Begin to let go, enjoying this moment of rest, this moment of peace and relaxation. Throw the breath deep into your belly. Notice any sounds in the rooms. Begin to lift your awareness. Wiggle out your fingers and toes. Circle out your wrists and ankles. Bring some movement into your hips and shoulders. And then reach your arms up overhead. Extend from your feet to your hands. Full body stretch. Exhale, release. Slowly roll over on to your left side. Bring your right arm in front of your navel center. Resting your left ear on your left bicep, bending your knees, coming into a bit of a fetal pose. Take a breath to give your body time to adjust to this position. And then carefully press into your right hand to lift yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Keep your eyes closed to focus inward. Cross your legs. Place your hands on your lap. Sit up nice and tall. Watch the flow of breath. And bring your focus back to your heart center. As we recall the ancient Hawaiian poem for reconciliation and forgiveness. Inhale, I'm sorry. Exhale, please forgive me. Inhale, thank you. Exhale, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs. Exhale with an audible sigh. Inhale for Om. Jai Bhagwan, Namaste. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today.